What is up, plant community? So, I'm gonna start pruning on my Pachira aquatica bonsai. You can see we got some new foliage on the top, but I want this to kind of be a medium small bonsai forest, and it's getting a little too tall, so I'm gonna trim it back a bit. It's starting to grow, being in the window, so that's good. I did lose a few trees, if you guys remember. This forest, my money tree bonsai, originally had 5 trees in the pot, um, which died. Now I've only got 3 trees in particular, um, ready to go. I'm gonna, I'm not gonna root prune it today because when I first got this tree, it didn't really have very many roots because it was originally a braided tree. So, what I'm going to do today is I'm just mainly going to trim the top canopy of this tree, making it a bit more smaller, a bit more compact, because the goal is I want to get something like these over here. Something not too big, but not too out there either. And that's going to be the goal of today, is to get the back bud and see if I get some branching on them. You can see the trunks on these trees have gotten a lot more fatter, a lot more healthier. I think the other ones originally died because they didn't have that good of a root system like these guys do here. Of course, I have certain trees leaning, and I have others that are more straighter than others, which that's all right. I want this to be more of a swamp styled bonsai. That was the goal because that's where they naturally grow. So I'm going to start with some pruning on the first tree here. How am I going to prune this? So, of course, I always feel bad for cutting away the new foliage, but I got to think about the form of the tree. The form of the tree is what's really going to be important here. So, looking at this tree, looking at the branches, how it's going, is see, I got too much long foliage leaning over. I just don't like it. I might have to completely cut this one back, or maybe leave this guy here, see if I get anything forming better out of this one, or even this one right here. Uh, so we'll just do what I call pinching. So we'll just kind of come in here. We'll just take the tip growth off. See what that looks like whenever I get everything trimmed up. See if that helps the tree any. Because I'd really like to start some branching somewhere on this guy. So this guy, I really like where his branch potentials could be. So we'll just go ahead and pinch him as well. Again, taking away all that new growth, because it is really no longer needed. Good, strong growth, too. Hate to take it away, but I got a good Pachira aquatica that is growing really well for me, so I ain't too worried about it. Some of these branches are still taking up a whole lot of space on the first tree. I don't know if I want to go ahead and cut those off or... So what we'll do is we'll play it safe, even though I know they would backbud somewhere. I'm going to go ahead and play it safe because I want to directionally prune this guy. And wherever I prune, right here is where there is going to be new foliage coming out of. or maybe even something below if I was to completely prune that off. But see, if I do that, that's going to be unpredictable growth on the Pachira aquatica. Just like it was when it was pruned here, they probably wasn't expected to grow up here. Another example of this I could show you is right here, where it was pruned up here, you got growth from here, then you winded up getting growth from here, which is all right if you want that. I don't particularly want that. In fact, I wonder if I can go ahead and take that away. There we go. Sorry if I catch that. That was a little hard to cut, but that's gone now, so that should just callus over. See, that's another thing I don't like about those big branches. They kind of shade my other trees, and then I have to push the leaves aside, which, you know, I'm fine with that. It's just difficult when you're trying to figure out which way you really want this guy to branch. Now on this, oh, about dropped my tablet. Sorry about that. Now on this tree, I have several areas that I could see branching from. If I was to pinch it from the top, I could get branching from here, here, or here. If I wanted to pinch it lower, I could get branching from here. If I wanted to pitch it from here, I could get branching there and there. Or if I just wanted to pinch it here instead of pruning, I could get branching here or there. Tough decisions, tough decisions. For safety, I think I'll just kind of... Oh no, he's kind of getting as tall as that tree, ain't he? Because I want a big, medium, small tree to add some depth. Decisions. Always some difficult decisions in bonsai. And this spring, when it gets warm enough, I could take him outside, I will be looking for a better, bigger pot for this particular bonsai if I can. If not, I'll just spread the trees out, give them more of a radial root system, trim up the roots, and really work on it that way. The goal is to try to get the foliage as small as this one right here. Okay, so I think we are just going to pinch for now. And that's gone. And we'll see what happens, what develops. We'll see how that goes. Now this smaller tree, I particularly love how it's already branching. You could, if we go over here from a better view, which not really that best, you can see we're getting a bud here. It's starting to branch like a tree should. We got a bit of dead wood here. Wonder if I could take that off. Okay, a little bit of that came off. So I like how this one is growing. We want some more branching. So what I'm going to do is I am going to pinch this bud right here. So we'll just come in, pinch. And this is a way you can get more budding on your ficuses as well. I would cut this back, but I want to try to keep as much foliage on the little guy as I can, for the simple fact it is still winter. So we'll come in here like that, and we'll pinch that tip off to induce more growth. See what happens. See how things go. Okay. So it's still kind of long and laggy. which will be like that until I get outside. So I might not have no choice but to take that part completely off. It's got healthy foliage and everything. I don't really want to do it. I'd like to try to keep as much foliage as I can on this tree, but gotta think about the future of it, the future of developing it and everything. And as you can see, it's already got almost two kind of trunks. I'd like to try to get more branching from it if I had to be completely and utterly honest with myself. So, should I at least keep one? No, because that's interfering with this trunk right here, and you can't see that trunk. So, off it comes. That's gone. Good, healthy foliage there. Hate to see it, but that was pretty much like normal foliage of a Pachira aquatica or money tree plant. You don't need that much normal foliage. Now we can see that trunk a bit better. Now I'm debating, should we cut this one back? I don't think so. I at least want some energy still going into the tree, because if you look outside, it's still cloudy and dark. And I'd prefer to try to keep as much foliage as I can to try to help the tree out. So, that's good. Let's take a moment and let me pick up all the foliage, and we'll see how much foliage I took off for today. Alright, we took off this much foliage, not a whole lot. I'll probably put this outside in my tropical garden area, so that way this could just decay naturally and it'll be beneficial to the soil. It'll help the soil out, and because there's really no stems for me to like really propagate these guys to turn them into more Ptera aquaticas or money tree plants. And I've got one naturally growing, and then I've got the bonsais, and so it's like I don't really want to mess with them. Really, I don't really want to harm them. Kind of looks like we might potentially get some branching there. That might need to be corrected in the future. I've noticed that when they branch, you kind of get these thick branches, which makes great for a medium small to large bonsai. Um, but I could potentially make them into a larger bonsai, but they'll have to wait because I still have to root prune them and everything. And right now, they're just not ready for that, not ready for any type of form of root pruning. Uh, it's just too dark, and they're struggling as is just to get through winter. I feel like that's why I think I lost a lot of trees, is because by the time I put them in the pots and everything and got them ready to be bonsais, winter was already coming. It was already getting too cold for the Bacteria aquaticas, and I had to bring them in. And so, yeah, I feel like some of the trees didn't really get a chance to root. But that's all right. I'll just take them, root prune them, change the landscape a bit, get some new moss in here. Moss is kind of dry, and I think it's dead. So we'll get some new moss. We'll develop them into some beautiful, maybe medium, small, medium, large, maybe eventually, or maybe just medium bonsai trees. We'll just see in the future how things go for this species. That is all for the day. That's all I wanted to do is do some pruning. I ain't gonna do any repots yet. Too early. I got a few plants upstairs that do need to be repotted. Um, yeah, otherwise than that, give me a like, share, subscribe. It really helps me out. It helps the channel out. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, even though I know it's not much. It's just a bit of pruning. But that's all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you.